This will be the first of a series of reflective practices in this course. This is Peter Senge, and one of the things we've learned over many, many years in helping leaders at all levels grow and develop is the importance of reflection, thinking about my thinking. So don't worry if that sounds too abstract. I'm going to kind of step you through this, and we're going to use this as a second step in the work you did a little earlier on your powerful learning environment. What I'd like you to do is take out where you wrote down the elements of what for you would be a powerful learning environment. So once you have this in front of you, so you can read what you wrote, either in hand or if you wrote it on a device, that's fine. But just take a look at what you wrote about your powerful learning environment. And I'd like you to imagine that you're actually not you now, but maybe someone who knows you. So you're looking at this one step removed. And take whatever item kind of steps out or jumps out at you initially from what you wrote about your powerful learning environment. Doesn't matter which item. Just take one that kind of stands out to you. Yep, that's really important. I'd like you to just read that. In fact, it'd even be good if you read it out loud so you actually hear what it sounds like. As you listen to that item or that element of your powerful learning environment, here's the question I'd like you to consider. Why? Why is that a particularly powerful, a particularly important element of a powerful learning environment to me? What does it represent? Again, imagine you're not even you, but someone who knows you well and says, oh, Martha, I understand that entirely because you really care a lot about whatever that is. So what led you to write down that item of your powerful learning environment? And what does that item or element say about what's important to you? And as you consider this question, there could be 2 or 3 or 4 or half a dozen things that come to your mind. That's fine. So as you kind of start to look at what made this element of your powerful learning environment important to you, what does it say about you, just start to make some notes to yourself. What is it saying to you, this first element? I'd like you now to look at another element of what you wrote down before about your powerful learning environment. Take a second element of that. What does that say about you? Why is that important to you? What other aspect of your values and your aspirations does this second element speak to? Last, I'd like you to take any other aspect of that powerful learning environment as you wrote down before. Or it could be something that you didn't even think to write about before. But as you've been doing this reflective practice, you realize there's actually another element of my ideal powerful learning environment. So if you didn't get it written down before, go ahead and write it now. And then reflect on it. Why that? What is that saying about me? What is that expressing in terms of my own values and aspirations? Innovation will always come down to fundamental shifts in the process of teaching and learning that really matter to students and to teachers. So as you look at your powerful learning environment and your reflections now on the powerful learning environment, you might notice also if there's anything there that's really reminding you about what innovation means to you. Innovation is a big word. It's kind of an abstract word. And we don't want to get lost in the abstractness or idealizing, oh yes, I once read this book and it really inspired me. That's all fine. But what we're trying to do is bring it down to a concrete level and a reflective level so you can see elements of the type of learning environments you really want to contribute to creating, and you have some idea of why those matter to you. in a little while, we're going to be inviting you to start to identify a problem of practice. And we want to do this little reflective exercise we've just completed prior to that, because it really can help you in selecting a good problem of practice. A problem of practice that would really be valuable is one that will really be valuable. What I mean by that is that it's not just a problem. It actually is something that if you could really engage it deeply, and your colleagues could really engage it deeply, it could really serve you in creating something fundamentally new and different in the experiences of teaching and learning for students. So it's a meaningful problem of practice. There's all kinds of problems we face in our lives, many of which we just have to outlive. Life is more than just solving problems. You know, if you're a parent, you know, moment by moment by moment, you know what I mean. Hour by hour, there's a new crisis. You don't have to solve every one of these crises. You know, you just live through them. You're there, you're present for your kids, you kind of take it in, but you don't have to fix everything. But all of them are stepping stones to being a good parent and helping your child grow and learn. So that's kind of the one way you can kind of think of the problem of practice. It's not just any problem, it's one you really want to dig into. There's lots and lots of problems, but the problem of practice that we're going to invite you to kind of focus on will be a problem that you think could really be a stepping stone for developing new capacities for yourself and others to create the types of learning environments you really want to create.